one reason I've never rented any kind of motor vehicle while solo traveling. My fear was to get stranded by myself. I've been driving my ATV for about 15 minutes now, and it just stopped working in the middle of the road, so I'm stranded. So they 1,000,000% scammed me at the gas station, but I have to tell you something that happened to me that you have to know for your future travels. What a day. Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you guys don't know me, my name is Savannah and I am a travel blogger and content creator solo with Sab. Today I am in Nicaragua, specifically on the island of Ometepe. If you guys don't know what Ometepe is, it's the biggest island in the Great Lake of Nicaragua, and really all it is like two volcanoes connected. So it's like an island of just two volcanoes surrounded by water. And I got in yesterday. I'm gonna explain that whole story, but it was a show. I'll talk about it later. But I want to take you guys with me and explore around Ometepe. I think I'm gonna rent either like an ATV or a scooter type thing. I don't know about the scooter. I know like the majority of people rent a scooter to get around, and that's like the easiest. I don't think I can do motorcycle. I've never really driven one, and it's just me, so I don't trust myself, but we'll find out. Whatever it is, I'm gonna rent something to be able to get around and just see as much as possible. I've done very little research, but I have found some places, or like heard from other people talking about it, some places that looked really cool. So I kind of just want to go around and see what I see. I'm staying at the El Encanto hostel, or no, El Encanto hotel. I think the property is gonna be really beautiful. I want to see it in the daylight, so we'll go explore right now when I go grab breakfast. But before that, I kind of wanted to show you guys a little room tour. This is also the first hotel that I've stayed at in Nicaragua. I've been doing the whole hostel life, dorm life, so I kind of wanted to splurge and treat myself. So today I'm at a hotel for 2 nights. So this is the El Encanto Garden Hotel. I have found a few friends. I found a gecko this morning, just chilling, and I saw a frog in my room last night. But yeah, as long as they mind their own business and don't bother me, I'm fine. So let's do a little room tour. Alright, so when you walk in, there's a place to put your bags. Of course, I just put mine in the middle of the floor over there, but it is what it is. It's nothing crazy. We have just a nice, it was pretty comfortable bed. Pretty painting, honestly, I like that. Window here. Window there. There's no TV, but there is AC, and that is the most important thing, because when I was doing research to find a place in Ometepe, barely any have AC, and it is currently, it gets up to 96 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. So if you don't have AC, you're sleeping in basically 90 degrees plus 70% or more humidity, and that's brutal. But if you can do that, there's plenty of places, but there was few places that had AC, which is actually one of the reasons why I booked this place. Okay, back to the tour. Then there is a private bathroom. It's quite nice, I like it. I mean, once again, pretty basic, but toilet, nice little shower. And here's my spider friend. I don't know where the frog went, so that's a little concerning. Now I'm just gonna finish kind of packing up, getting ready for the day. I'm gonna go get breakfast, and I'm gonna ask kind of the front desk about what the rental situations are like, and then we'll get going. Oh my gosh, this property is just so relaxing and peaceful and beautiful. So like basically the hotel rooms are each have your own little villa type thing, you could say, and it's just spread out across the property. Volcano views, garden all around, flowers. I'm in love. So, okay, so what I decided to rent an ATV. I was going back and forth, scooter, ATV, scooter, ATV. I am just not very experienced with like a Vespa scooter, and some of these roads, like the road to get here is just dirt, rocky, and I just don't want to have any problems today. So it's literally $30 more, which is kind of expensive, but just to have a day where I know I can get to any place that I want to, and I'm only here for one day, so I decided, okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna get an ATV in about 20 minutes and then go explore the island. Well, this is already eventful. I've been driving my ATV for about 15 minutes now, and it just stopped working in the middle of the road. So I'm stranded. Thankfully, the guy that I like rented this through gave me his contact information, and thankfully I have service. It was a little iffy, so I've been trying to get a hold of, oh, he just responded. I'm going to, where are you now? I'm by the entrance of Ojo de Agua. The Wi-Fi's been kind of in and out, a little past it. I wonder if I can send my location. Alright, he said he's on his way, so now we just sit here and wait. And I'm also just mad that, like, I don't think you understand, I've been driving this for 10 minutes, and I was planning on having this thing for the entire day. 10 minutes and it stops working. And there's no way I did anything because I was literally just going. I was just going normal the whole time. I didn't run over anything. It was like the engine. I all of a sudden started hearing like it sounded a little weird, and I'm like, that seems a little off, but whatever, I'm gonna keep going. Then literally 2 minutes later, it just stops. So hopefully it comes soon. Try it one more time. On. Hold this. Nada. Okay, update. I have service, thank God, and the person is on their way. Alrighty, update. So I'm on a new ATV, literally after like an hour. Thankfully, when I like texted them, they came in like 10-15 minutes, so I didn't feel like too stressed that I was stranded somewhere by myself. So that was good, but they tried to fix it for like 45 minutes, and like in my head I knew there was nothing you could fix right here without some kind of tools or liquids. Like it just seemed like the engine overheated or just something, because why would it just all of a sudden die out in the middle of the street? Like that's not just something you can fix in 2 seconds, was my thoughts. But the one guy came, he tried to fix it for like 30 minutes. He couldn't fix it, so he called his engineer friend, mechanic. That guy came, he took a look at it, was like, yeah, there's nothing we can do. And about like halfway through, the guy was like, oh, we're just gonna get you a new ATV. Then he like called his friend or whatever, and then was like, actually, we can't get you a new ATV. And I'm like, so what am I gonna do? But that's when the mechanic guy came, took a look at it, and then I think since he saw that like there's nothing you can do to fix it, then they actually were serious about getting me a new ATV. So then they brought a new ATV after like an hour and a half. But finally, I'm back on the road in a brand new one. So fingers crossed that doesn't break down. He said it was brand new, so it shouldn't, but apparently no promises. But that really derailed my plans. I was planning on going to this cenote type thing, and it was pretty early in the morning. It was like still only 10 when I was going originally. Then after that debacle, I still went afterwards, and it was just so packed, so insanely busy. I went in and I'm like, no, because now it's almost noon, so like now I'm running out of time, which is so annoying. So I just left, and now I'm going to a beach because I just need to get in the water and relax after that fun morning. That was so amazing, so relaxing, but like it's so nice. It's so warm, so it wasn't like cooling me off as much as I had hoped. Except I got bit by an unknown thing there and on my leg, and it's like really itchy and I don't know what it is. So I think I'm gonna go to the hotel and like put some anti-itch or anti-bite thing on it quickly, and then head to my next place, which will be the chocolate restaurant, chocolate factory, chocolate something. Just wait and see. I just did a quick little outfit change and put some anti-bite on whatever that was. I'm gonna reapply the sunscreen because I've gotten way too burnt on this trip from not doing so. Then we'll be off to the next place. Okay, so I was just at El Pital Chocolate Factory. It was so beautiful. The whole thing was just like surrounded by nature. It's a restaurant, but also accommodations. There's like yoga, activities, you can take chocolate tours, and 10 out of 10, you have to go there, even if it's just for the restaurant, even if it's just to get some chocolate, or staying there. Looks absolutely insane too. They kind of had something for like every budget. There was like glamping options, so if you want something cheaper, or there was more luxurious kind of bungalows on the lake that all the windows were glass, and it was up, perched up, looking over. Looked so nice. Okay, so very briefly, I'm back at the hotel to charge my phone because I'm going somewhere to watch sunset. That looks so pretty, and apparently it's like the best place to watch sunset if you want to like see the volcano too. But my phone's at like 15% and I don't want to get there and A, be like stuck because I need my map, or B, not be able to take pictures and videos. Who is that in here? I definitely got more burnt today. I'm very pink, I'm very red, but you know what? We survived. It's been quite the day, ladies and gentlemen. While my phone's charging, let's have a little debrief. I truly don't know why I was like so calm for the whole stranded in the middle of nowhere on my ATV debacle. I like just wasn't stressed at all, which is really weird because literally the one reason I've never rented any kind of motor vehicle while solo traveling is because of that. My fear was to get stranded by myself and be stuck or have something bad happen to me, have someone kidnap me, you know? Like just being stranded in a foreign place by yourself with questionable phone service is a scary thought. And then I do it one time and it happens. I think I wasn't as stressed because I did have phone service. At first it was not sending my messages and I was a little like, but it had the bars, it said 3G so I don't think I was as stressed because of that, and because the person had given me like a emergency contact in case something happened. So I'm like, okay, I just contact that person. We're fine. It was a little scary being on the side of the road as people were like driving by, and you know, catcalling is definitely a thing here. Apparently on this island as well as in the cities, and like the men driving by would be like whistling or honking, and me being a female by myself on the side of the road is a little sketchy, but I never felt like I was actually in danger. It was just not ideal. But I think a takeaway from that whole situation is if you do rent a motorized vehicle by yourself or even with someone, two things. One, make sure you're gonna have phone service in case of an emergency, because if I hadn't had service, I don't know what I would have done. I would have tried to walk somewhere that had service. So just be aware of if you're gonna have service or not. And number two, make sure you get contact information, phone number, email address, WhatsApp number, whatever, of someone you can contact in case something does come up. I literally had the ATV for 10 minutes and stalled in the middle of the road. Glad I had phone service, glad I knew who to call in case that emergency occurred. Those two takeaways, just keep in the back of your head going forward with any of your travels. I'm so excited because the volcano's been hidden by clouds all day, and it just peeked out like an hour ago. So it's gonna be out for sunset. Where I'm going is this restaurant called Playa. Oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. It's like on the lake, the volcano in the background, sun setting over there, and then there's like a, I don't know if you can see that, but then there's like a little swing in the water. I'm also just dying of heat right now, and being in the lake sounds amazing. So I want my phone to charge fast so I can get over there. What a day. So they 1,000,000% scammed me at the gas station, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just can't argue, and this gas station was basically like at a person's house. I was so confused at first, but you just pull up at the person's house, they come out and they fill up your gas, and yeah. All I did was fill up the ATV, and the people actually gave me money for gas because of the whole situation, and they gave me 120 Cordobas. I got charged 480. So something's off there, but I just paid it, and then as I was like getting situated to take off, I saw the guy who like filled up my tank go talk to someone else, and I heard them say like chica, girl, and like point at me, and they were both like looking. So I'm like, he's probably like, yeah, I just made so much money off of her. But you know what? There's just situations like that where what am I gonna do, because it wasn't like a normal gas station where it says the price. And so I couldn't be like, hey, it says only 40 a liter, what are you doing? There was just no price, which I probably should have asked before. Takeaway. When you go to a gas station in Nicaragua or other countries where the gas stations are houses, ask how much it is per liter before you fill up. There you go. Because I'm pretty sure he put in 3 like water bottles, which probably is 3 liters, right? And if they charge me 480 divided by 3 is 160. So you're telling me it is, let's do the math here. So you're telling me it's $4.35 per liter. Actually, let's look on Google, because if I actually didn't get scammed, I'm gonna feel bad. Okay, let's look up. How much per liter does gas cost in Nicaragua? There's no way it's $4. Anyone take any guesses of how much it actually is? Going once, going twice. $1.30. Also, random side note, did you know gas in Venezuela is 10 cents? Is that a liter or a gallon? A gallon? They'd probably charge me $10 per gallon. I'm sad that I didn't get to spend more time at where I just was, which was Playa Mangoes. The sunset there, so beautiful. I unfortunately had to return the ATV at 6:30 and the sunset's at like 5:50. So like before it even finished setting, I kind of had to leave already just so that I had enough time to get gas, spend a fortune, and get here on time. So I didn't really get to see all the way the sun setting, and the parts that I was there for, I kind of just spent taking photos and videos. I mean, I tried to soak it in with my own eyeballs for a little bit, but yeah, that was unfortunate. So something I think I would do in the future is if you're renting something here, do it for like a whole day. I did it for like the daytime, which I think was a little bit cheaper, but if you had it for like 24 hours or whatever, you can just stay till whenever and then return it in the morning. But to finish off my night, I am gonna take a shower because clearly I'm disgusting, and a cold one because clearly I am sunburnt. But yeah, I'm gonna take a really quick shower because yeah, the restaurant, then I'm gonna go eat something at the restaurant here, but it closed at 7:30, which is so early for dinner, I know, but it does, and it's already 6:45. So really quick shower, gonna go check out the restaurant and hit the hay. Oh my gosh, you guys, before I go take a shower, I have to tell you something that happened to me when I was renting the ATV that you have to know for your future travels. I just can't get over, I look so bad right now. Okay, maybe this lighting's a little better. Okay, so when I met the person to fill out my waiver to rent my ATV, I thought I read all the points and they were pretty basic, whatever. But then when he like pointed to point number 2, and I read it and it said must use your passport as a deposit, and somehow I didn't see that. I think it was kind of like blended in with the first one, but whatever. And I thought about it, and my instincts really, I've never experienced this before, but my instincts really kicked in, and I'm like, something like this doesn't feel right. I don't feel comfortable giving away my passport. Like, I understand they want a good deposit to make sure, you know, whatever, you're gonna return it. But usually, like in the US, it's a cash deposit, or other places. I'm like, my passport, I don't feel comfortable with that. So like, I kind of stuttered for a second because I was like really thrown off guard, and my gears were turning in my head, and I'm like, okay. And I said, I'm like, is there any way I can do something else or cash? And then he was like, he was completely fine with it. He's like, oh yeah, like 2,000 Cordobas deposit, and then wrote down on the piece of paper, you know, 2,000 Cordobas deposit. And I'm like, okay, like totally fine with that as long as I don't have to give away my passport. Then I think he like shut it or whatever, I signed that. And then I asked a question, I think, what time do I return it? And he like was flipping through the ones to show me what time it was on my piece of paper. And as he was flipping through it, I saw a lot of the people's pieces of paper written as well, 2,000 deposit. So other people were thinking the same thing, like, I'm not giving away my passport. I don't know why they would do that. It feels really scammy to me. And then I just read up on it because I remembered that right now. And it says, yeah, what they'll do is if you give your passport as a deposit and you come back, they'll try to find something wrong with the bike or with whatever it is, and then make you pay to get your passport back. Because of course, everyone wants their passport. So I'm just like patting myself on the back for instinctually thinking on the spot and like not being comfortable with something and speaking up about it. And that is just another takeaway of the day. Oh my gosh, I've had so many takeaways today. Never, ever, ever give your passport as a deposit. And when I was reading up on it, there was a few other countries that people were saying, like Thailand, I think, South Korea. So there's a whole bunch of countries that will try to do that. So never, ever, ever do it. Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower now. Remember my little spider friend that I showed you guys this morning? Well, I don't love that I can't find him anymore. Yeah, but I did find my gecko friend. Hey, little guy. He's in the bathroom, so obviously we're shutting the door and keeping him in there. We'll say Ometepe. Definitely not for people who aren't okay with lizards and frogs and bugs, which I mean, I am one of those people, but I'm surviving. I'm okay with lizards and like gecko, okay. I'm okay with geckos, the little kind of cute ones, and I'm okay with little frogs. Spiders, not a fan of because I know some of them are like poisonous. Flying insects, not a fan of because they could fly onto me in the middle of the night. But yeah, honestly it hasn't been too bad. This is a pretty nice and well shut hotel. I think some other places in Ometepe are definitely more, what's the word? One with nature. So just keep that in mind when like finding an accommodation here. It's crazy, but remember midday when I came back to the hotel to put some afterbite on that bite that I got on my wrist? It's literally like completely gone now, which I am just so happy that I did that. And just something that you should always just bring along, especially when you're going to these countries where there's mosquitoes, where there's things that bite you. Just something to throw in. Let me show you guys actually what, if you don't know what I'm talking about. So it's literally called Afterbite, and it just comes in this little tube that you can take on the plane. I think it's, let's see how many ounces. Yeah, it's only 0.5 fluid ounces. So it's so easy to just throw in your bag. Highly, highly recommend. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my chaotic, fun, crazy day here in Ometepe, and I hope it gave you some ideas for your next trip. If you're new here and you want to follow more of my solo adventures from around the world and maybe learn a thing or two just from my adventures, you know what to do. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment below if you have anything to say about any part of my day. And until next time, keep exploring. Bye.